understand that some of the assignments are not possible and you can backtrack to the other assignments. Okay, so exactly that is done in this backtracking algorithm. That is the practical version of this theme. So this is a theme of how we can solve a CSP problem in an incremental formulation. Using an incremental problem formulation, how I can solve a CSP problem. That is what this 3-step algorithm yields you. Now when I want to convert it to a real executable theme or executable algorithm, that is the backtracking search algorithm. Okay, this is exactly what backtracking search algorithm does. Okay, so while doing backtracking search, you need to understand that variable assignments are commutative. That is, if I color one region as red and the other region as green, is same as saying it in a reverse order. So order doesn't matter. Which region I color first and which region I color next, that doesn't matter. Only change, both the things would remain same even if I follow a particular order. Okay, so that is exactly what you can conclude, that I can choose this first or this first. Ultimately, somewhere I'm going to get the different order. Okay, so that is what they are saying here. Should we see the algorithm? The other thing is that only need to consider assignment to a single variable at each node. So since we are considering, we need to consider assignment to a single variable at each node. Okay, b is equal to d. So that is where I require that. Okay, so b is branching factor. Again, d is the domain size. Okay, so you know that for any search algorithm that uses tree search or graph search strategy, branching factor is a consideration while it comes to finding out time and space complexity. So to discuss time and space complexity of these algorithms, we should understand that my domain size is what decides what is the branching factor for this problem. Okay, so how many values are there in the domain? Those values I can assign to the variable at a particular decision point, and hence that is what they say over here. B is equal to D. That is, the branching factor is nothing but the size of domain if D represents the size of domain. So there will be how many leaves in a particular depth level, say n. I will have D raised to n number of leaves. Ideally grown tree will have D raised to n number of leaves, but not all leaves will be consistent assignment. They may be partial assignments or full assignment. If n is my depth level where the solution lies, then this will be then d raised to n will be the count of leaves that I can have for a full grown tree. But I will not have the tree full grown, that we already know, because some of the branches in that full grown leaf sets will be conflicting with the constraints. Okay, so this is the maximum that we can have. So d raised to n is the maximum number of leaves at a depth level n. Okay, and if this n is my solution node, by variable count. Okay, if the n represents variable count, then the domain size raised to variable count is the number of complete assignments that I can have. Out of those number of complete assignments, only few will be valid assignments, or I can say consistent assignment, as they call them. So depth first search for CSPs will, a single variable assignment is called backtracking search. So this is what the name comes from. So if I use depth first search to solve CSP with a single variable assignment, so this strategy is referred to as single incremental formation of the problem or a single variable assignment strategy. Okay, so if I use depth first search to do the search over the tree, then that search is called as backtracking search. Okay, how it is done, we'll see it soon. Backtracking search is the basic uninformed algorithm for CSP. This, you know that the depth first search is uninformed search, and hence this backtracking algorithm is also uninformed search algorithm. That is what the slide says. Now, how much effective backtracking is for solving CSPs? So if we take n-Queen's problem, then the n-Queen's problem for a board size of 25 can easily be solved using backtracking search easily, in the sense its time complexity is not a major issue with respect to finding the configuration that can house 25 queens on a 25 cross 25 chessboard where no two queens attack each other. So that can easily be solved. So this is what this particular algorithm is good for. So I can solve any problem where n is between 4 to 25. I am saying 4 because 3 को solution नहीं रहता, 2 को solution नहीं रहता, 0 को solution नहीं रहता. 0 1 2 3 does not have solution for n queens. n3 n4 से लेके n25 तक reasonable है to use backtracking algorithm. But as the n grows beyond 25, this algorithm struggles with respect to finding solutions in reasonable good amount of time, because it needs to, please understand that depth first search needs to traverse the tree to reach to leaf nodes and verify whether those leaf nodes are actually complete and consistent assignments or not. And in that sense, it's going to be not able to navigate enough early to give you the solution as n increases. Okay, so the order of execution for this is reasonably good for n up to 25 value for a n queens problem. So this is how these problems actually we use these problems for benchmarking the algorithms. So if I'm using the incremental formation of state space search problem and using depth first search for solving CSP problem, it is referred to as backtracking search, and this backtracking search algorithm can be benchmarked to solve n queens problem up to n being equal to 25. Now after few discussions, we will actually turn to another algorithm. I'm going ahead in the slides because I want to actually point to another set of algorithm which is very good algorithm in the category of informed search. Okay, and if I show you the solution, so one of the informed search algorithm that we are going to discuss later is going to be good to solve an n queens problem where n is going to be as large as the one you're looking at, 10 raised to 6, that is 10 million, I guess. Okay, 10 million cross 10 million board can also be easily solved using this particular algorithm. So if we think that n25 wala solution reasonably well karne wala algorithm acha hai, then how you feel the algorithm that can solve a 10 to the power 6 cross 10 to the power 6 इतना बड़ा चेस बोर्ड उतने सारे क्विंस उसके ऊपर प्लेस करना without any two queens conflicting each other would be. Okay, so why I'm telling you these things is, one thing, surely the three problems that we are looking at, n queens problem, graph coloring problem, as well as the third problem was cryptarithmetic problem, they are toy problems. They can be used for benchmarking what algorithm is good up to what point of input size, that we can decide or that we can gauge using these toy problems. Okay, so please understand the fact why we are learning these toy cases or toy problems, because they are easy to simulate into a program. Okay, now going back to the algorithms code. So this is the backtracking search algorithm. Backtracking search is a recursive algorithm. You can see over here it uses recursive backtracking. So these are the two functions. This is the actual function that we will be calling, and this function internally calls this recursive version of a helper function, which is actually housing the algorithm. Okay, to start with, we have an empty assignment as we discussed earlier, and the definition of constraint satisfaction problem. So CSP is given as input and an empty assignment is given as an input to the algorithm. Okay, recursive backtracking. Now what this algorithm does, it either finds a solution to the algorithm or it fails. One of the two cases happens, and this algorithm is kind of complete if the variable count is finite and the domain size is discrete countable. Okay, अगर दोनों finite है तो ये algorithm जरूर find out करेगा ऐसा assignment, complete assignment जो consistent रहेगा. That is a thing that you need to understand about this algorithm. Okay, let us start the algorithm. So if assignment is complete, assignment agar completed, then return the assignment. That's the easiest thing that you can do. So the assignment that you receive, you check whether that assignment is complete assignment. No problem, just return it. Go ahead. This is the solution. If it is not complete, then you will come to step number 2. So step number 2 पे आप तब आओगे जब आपका assignment complete नहीं होगा. Okay, what is there in the step number 2? We are selecting unassigned variable. So there's a function, another helper function that helps you find out from the set of variables in CSP based on the current assignment and based on the definition of CSP, what will be the next variable to choose for doing the assignment for from the domain values, obviously. Okay, so this select unassigned variable ये बहुत important function है. ये function inform search version में, इस algorithm के inform search version में बहुत important role play करेगा to make certain informed choices. ये जो मैंने arrow निकाला था इसके लिए, we can make informed choices here. कैसे informed choices? That we will be discussing in a brief, but right now just understand that what this function is doing based on number of variables from the CSP assignment that we have currently done and the CSP definition, it chooses next variable that we want to assign a value to. That is the easiest thing that it does. Okay, and based on how this is implemented, I may have an informed version of this backtracking search. Okay, that discussion comes later. Now, for each value in order domain values. Now, there has to be some order to the domain values. I can't choose randomly some domain values and pick and place. So I may order domain values. Again, a function which is an abstract function right now. We don't know the code for this function. And this code will be based on when we want to make this informed search. तो हम लोग इस code के साथ play करेंगे. We'll be changing the code or we'll be tweaking the code in selection process of unassigned variable and assignment of the domain value to an variable. Okay, so here this for loop is doing what? It is iterating over the domain and getting one value out from the domain based on some ordering of the domain values. Okay, if a value is consistent with the assignment according to constraints, so constraints of the CSP are defined in the CSP. So CSP में तीन चीजें defined थी, आपको याद है तो हमने variables define किए थे, domain define किए थे और constraint define किए थे. And based on the constraints of CSP, based on the current assignment, if the new value that I've chosen for is consistent, then we'll say that add variable is equal to value to the assignment. So assignment is what? Assignment is like a JSON variable that has key value pairs. Key क्या है? Variable name. और value क्या है? उस particular variable का value. उस variable का value. This is what we have. Okay. So I may have first variable, second variable, third variable like that. And if the value is consistent with the current assignment, then I may add that value to the new variable that I had just chosen from the unassigned variables, and I can proceed with it. Okay, this is exactly what we do in this particular step. So add this into the JSON collection. Okay, so as far as implementation is concerned, it could be a dictionary. That is what I mean. JSON object means it could be a dictionary, key value pair. Okay. Okay, add var is equal to value to the assignment. Then what you'll do, you call back yourself. Okay, then you do call back yourself. Recursive backtracking with the new assignment. Now we updated the assignment just previously, and this updated assignment is provided as input. Earlier we brought a empty assignment. Now we have chosen a variable, a value we have chosen for that variable, and we are testing whether I can reach this complete assignment through this path. So I'm just calling myself again with same definition of CSP. CSP definition is not altered. Now I again do all this stuff, okay, and keep on doing it. But when will I go to this particular step? Whenever I return from this recursive backtracking function. So there are 3 places from where we are returning. This is the first place from where we are returning from this code. The second place where we are returning from this code is this place. Okay, this is the second place we are returning. So at either I'll be returning an assignment or I will be returning a failure. So this is exactly what we are testing here. If the result that we are receiving from the current call to recursive backtracking is not equal to failure, ये अगर failure नहीं है तो क्या करेंगे? तो इसका मतलब मेरा जो result है वो assignment है, तो ये assignment जो है वो return कर दूंगा calling function को. Okay, so we are unwinding the search, unwinding the recursion, sorry, unwinding the recursion in this step. Otherwise, if it is equal to failure, that means ये जो मैंने assignment किया था, ये probably lead नहीं करता complete assignment की तरफ. तो variable when has this value in the assignment, it may not lead to a complete assignment later. So what it means, my current value assignment to this variable might be wrong. और इसी के लिए मैं ये JSON ऑब्जेक्ट से या डिक्शनरी से ये जो पेयरिंग है var is equal to value उसको निकाल देता हूँ. I remove this pairing from the assignment and this whole thing is in the for loop. So ये वाला value useful नहीं है, ये मुझे पता चलेगा to get to a complete assignment that is consistent. So what I will do, I will choose the next value in the domain, ordered domain values, and I will continue looping like that. Okay, if I come out of this loop, that is no value remains in the ordered domain, then also I will return the failure because यानी ये variable को कोई भी value assign नहीं हो सका, and hence I am returning a failure. So this is the backtracking search algorithm. It's not a difficult algorithm. You could feel it is difficult the way I have explained it, but it is not difficult algorithm to practice